Okay, so you've tried the vision board thing, and you've tried it, and you've tried it, and you've tried it, and yet nothing is coming. Why? So you throw it away. Or maybe you do these vision boards in year after year, but you're getting a little tired of doing the same thing over and over again. Well, stop right there, because this is the show for you to watch right now. We're going to help you understand why the vision board isn't working. And we're going to give you some tools that are going to help you create all different really cool kinds of vision boards that you can use. And you can use it using social. Let's try that again. You can use it with your social media. And I have the New Age Diva with me today. And you're probably wondering who that is, and we're going to get to her in just a few moments. So in the meantime, I'm going to go and acknowledge everybody that's in the chat room already. So please feel free to say hi, let us know where you're watching from, cheers us, and comment or ask questions, and we'll be happy to get those read on the air. So here we go. Right now we have Tana Marshall. She says, oh, this sounds like fun. Sorry, I'll miss it. I'm going out for a Valentine's Day early. Oh, I love that, Tana. Enjoy. She says, I'll be toasting you tonight and watching the recording tomorrow. Have a great show, Penny. Thanks, Tana. Kat Inkinen, she says, hey, Penny, I look forward to your show. I won't be drinking wine anymore at 2 a.m. No, I'll be drinking tea. Good idea, Kat. She says, I wrote to Michael earlier, the vision board did not work for me, but I'm open-minded and willing to try again. Love, Kat. Well, good. Hopefully I can help you out with that and my guest tonight. So, oh, Michael Loge from Hangout with Michael show. He says, have a great show, Penny and Mel. I've got my glass of wine ready. Michael, good for you. And we're going to do a couple more here. Troy Davison, hello, Penny and Mel. Looking forward to the show. I'll be watching from Western Pennsylvania. Thanks, Mel. Or Troy. CJ Gilbert, hello from beautiful Wisconsin. Looking forward to yet another show. CJ, hello. It's nice to see you. And DP, she says, hey, all you beautiful people. D here from Delightful Living from super crispy cold North Bay, Ontario. Oh, did you get a lot of snow, D? We got a lot of snow. And I love your name, Delightful Living. I love it. Happy to be here and watch tonight's show. Rock on, ladies. Okay, thank you. So anybody else watching, please feel free to comment, and I'll read them on the air. Hey, just a shout out to all my YouTube subscribers. Like, holy smokes, you just keep subscribing, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. You can comment there. However, if you're watching live on the show right now, the comment area is disabled, and I don't know why. I've tried to figure that out, but however, you can comment after the show's recorded, and then we'll get to that. So thank you. Subscribe. There's a button at the bottom. And we just had somebody else come in. Robin Ritchie, hey, from Ottawa, great topic. Did you and Michael plan this? No, we didn't. It was just so funny. Mel and I planned this. Oh, Mel, when did we do this? A couple of weeks ago, eh? Yeah. And double dose on the vision boards works for me. Cheers, everyone. Triple dose, because wait till you hear from Mel, Robin, so it's going to be good. Okay, and Hang Out with Penny show. It's a weekly show. Every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. People are making me a habit. So thank you very much. For those of you that don't watch live, you watch the recording Saturday mornings. So if you want to get the recording sent to your inbox, on my Hangout with Penny page, you can't see that at all. On my Hangout with Penny page, website, you're going to see a place, just enter your email address, and from there, you will get the live link and the recording. Couple more things I want to mention. Hey, this is new for all you Wasaga Beach and area people that watch. I am going to do a live presentation with my friend Nick Pereira. You've seen him on the Hangout with Penny show a couple of times, and we are going to do a 3-hour seminar on April 7th. So keep that date reserved, and I'll let you know where the venue is going to be held and how to get there. This is what I love, what people are saying. So last week's episode was episode 67, what's in your emotional bank account. There was a really great show with Daniel Gutierrez. And so comment from Tana Marshall. She says, what great information and inspiration. I love the laughing meditation. I needed that. Thank you, Daniel, for the book. Such a generous gift. Another fabulous show, Penny. So the book that Tana's talking about is my guest co-host last week. He was so generous that his book, 50 Lessons on His Path to Peace and Tranquility, all my viewers get a copy. And the way you get it is in my G+ community. I'm trying to get that. So it's Penny Law of Attraction community. I have the link on all my videos, so I'll have the link on this one as well. Or you can go to my webpage and scroll down to the bottom. There's a place to click and just ask to be accepted in. I'll approve you, and there's a book waiting for you. Among other things, I have the 5-part video series on Purpose with Penny, as well as 7 tips to greater abundance. So there's lots and lots of things in there for you. So come on over and get yourself some free stuff. Monique Jackson, Daniel is wonderful. Take a step and the path will appear. It's very powerful. Love the laughing meditation. Thank you both so much. Romy Carlin, watching the replay this morning before I work. I'm inspired to watch you guys. More comments later. Thanks, Penny and Daniel. Have a great weekend. Go for the love. Nicole Ivins, she says, love create the vacuum. I think I just did this recently with letting go of my old business and made room for a new business that's being launched. And I have lots of ideas flowing. Wonderful show. Thank you, Penny and Daniel. And thank you, Daniel, for your generosity in sharing your book with us. I know. One more, and then we're on with the show. You're going to get to meet the New Age Diva. So here we go. Paola Locatelli. She's from Italy. Thank you for being so supportive, Paola. She says, hi, Penny. Good topic, the emotional bank account. I think a lovely way to make equity in our emotional bank account is to give love to ourselves. That is so true. Once our bank account is overflowing with love for ourselves, we won't be so compulsive towards receiving gifts or having a perfect relationship because we will already feel loved. Paola, this is an important point, especially because now this is Valentine's Day coming up, and so many people can sometimes get a little emotional when it comes to Valentine's Day and with their expectations. But if you have that, if you're full of love for yourself, then it's just another beautiful day. So as always, you dig out good questions that give the opportunity to ponder about. Thank you, Daniel and Penny. Have a weekend of blessings. Thank you. Okay, so I see we have lots of people watching right now, and what I want to do for you is you're going to meet the New Age Diva, my friend Mel Wells. She's been over the course of the last little while, we've been kind of connecting here and there, and it took one Facebook post, and here we are. So Mel, come. Oh, hey, before we do that, Mel, I raised my glass to you, so come on up, Mel.
Yes, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Friday.
I was supposed to give up the wine. I just, there's some things in life that when you enjoy, just keep. Wine's one of them.
Sometimes you take a break, and sometimes you don't.
So Mel, introduce yourself. Tell us where you, where you live and what do you do?
Well, okay, my name is Mel Wells, and I, in fact, am a New Age Diva and Vision Board expert. At this point, I am in Santa Cruz, California. I'm here visiting. I moved recently from Santa Cruz to Boston, Massachusetts, because that's what you do. I like to reverse migrate because I like to go where the weather's really bad. Oh, why not Boston? No, it's my hometown. So I'm there. Actually, that's my address. But I am enjoying Santa Cruz, and I am enjoying a Santa Cruz Merlot, a local blend.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, they grow wine here like crazy. It's lovely.
I'm coming to see you.
Oh, it is so beautiful. Oh my God. So yeah, so that's basically it. I'm in Boston, and that's where I operate from. And although it is nice to be here, so that's kind of it. I have I have a website, melwells.net, and I will be increasingly having more and more videos. I do funny videos, comedy, and then I have a lot of videos and blogs on how to work vision boards, because I'm a huge, huge fan of them, big time. Yeah.
I love that. And I am too. I have been using vision boards or vision tools for many, many years. And so many people can get caught up on them not working. And for one thing, here's a really important question I'm going to ask you. And not you necessarily to you, Mel, but to anybody listening is that has done their vision boards and they have not worked for them. And my question is, what energy are you putting into that vision board? I'm going to give you an example. Say you're wanting to attract a significant other. So you want a girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're putting photos of what it'd be like to be in this relationship. But
Right.
in your mind, you're saying, I don't want another guy like the last one. I don't want another girl like that one. So the whole vibration you're putting into that vision board is what you don't want. And that's what you're going to get. So that's when you're going to say, this doesn't work. You have to be really mindful of the energy you are putting in. If you're wanting to attract more money in your life and then you say, fat chance of that, I only work at minimum wage, or I have all these bills, so fat chance of that. You may as well not even put these things on the board, because the likelihood of them coming true for you, very slim. Do you have any comments for that, Mel?
Well, that's a big, big, big idea. And it's a big question, because it actually, I mean, I kind of look at this, I'm going to call it this portion of New Age teachings as involving this idea of law of attraction, where you're going to vibrate according to where you are, like who you are, where you are, how you're showing up is what you get. So what you get is what you're vibrating. But then there's this whole other part of creative visualization, right? So you're using your third eye to like penetrate the universe and bend it even, right? So there's that sort of element to things. And then there's just this, there's another realm where you're actually waking up and you're discarding all of these wants and needs, because you're becoming more awake and more spiritually enlightened, and you're shedding stuff. So you're needing less. So ultimately, I think enlightenment is when you have a vision board that has nothing on it. So, I mean, that's sort of the end result. It's not like I got the car and the great guy in the house. It's like I got nothing and it's fabulous. Right? So I also have this problem with people saying, okay, I'm thinking about it, it's not coming, because I've experienced it myself, and yet I have also experienced some very quick manifesting, like overnight, the thing happened. And then other stuff, it's like, are you kidding me? This is like watching wallpaper peel. It's not happening. And I couldn't be vibrating it more. It's like I'm really vibrating well. It's still not showing up. So, I don't know the answer to any of that. I really don't. But what I do know is that vision boards are a way to remind you to be present with what you want and to accept your desires, and to kind of go, you know what, this is really what I want, and to connect your heart to it. And then kind of detach from it. I think, Deepak Chopra really talks about the detachment portion of this whole realm. And I really have come to understand that that's really important. And that, sometimes you just don't get the stuff, and you get other things that are really powerful. But I think to look at a vision board and to have the expectations that this is clearly what I want is not the proper use for it. I think it's a jumping point to say, I want things that are beyond my present reality, and I'm willing to really engage in the actions to bring me there, in addition to just being filled with hope and inspiration and faith that they'll come. Those are very strong emotions to have. So I think vision boards are like really good for your soul, and they're good for your body, and they're good for optimism and for longevity and all that stuff. Whether or not you really get George Clooney is kind of irrelevant in the end, I think. I mean, I really do. Like I said, I think the ultimate vision board is to have nothing on it. So that's kind of my end result. Yeah.
Mel, I love that. By the way, hi, Linda Gannon. She just from Australia. She's saying hi. And I love the idea because that's creating a void, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's creating that space for new things to show up. And I just love that idea because many times we have an expectation of something that we've put on that board, and we have an expectation of how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it can come up in a whole different way. And just for example, when I was doing the Blog Talk Radio, I had on my vision board on air. Now, look at now, I'm on 68 episodes of the Hangout with Penny show on air, live on air. That never crossed my mind, but I allowed that to come in. So that's the whole idea too, of just allowing what do you want and just allowing things to show up in ways that you could never have imagined.
Right. And on a timetable that is so not up to you. I mean, if there's one thing I learned, this is not up to me. I mean, this is where I have to let go of the control. So one of my greatest manifestations, no, several, but this is the fun one. So when I was 4 years old, I went to Santa Claus, sitting on Santa Claus's lap. And my mom was a single mom at that point. And I sat on his lap and I said, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, I really want a baby brother. And he's like, ho, 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 well, it's not up to me. Looking at my mother. My mother's like, how am I going to do that? You know what I mean? I'm a single mom. I'm not like. So then when I was 12, my mother gave birth to a baby boy who was my baby brother. So it took 8 years, you know what I mean? But he showed up. He did show up, and he's here, and he's wonderful. And so sometimes things take time, and sometimes they don't. Like I remember I wanted to move to New York City. Like it was like a bee in my bonnet. I'm moving to New York City. I was 24, and within a month, a friend of mine said, I have a rent control in Chelsea, and I need someone to take it over. A rent control. It was $115 a month in New York City. Like, clearly, that's fast.
Well, that is.
I know, but some other stuff, not so fast. The brother took 8 years. So.
But I love that you wanted to go one place, but you ended up in another. So that is another way of being open to receiving the greater plan that sometimes is in store for us. And we can actually put blocks on it. I have a question out here. I'm just going to ask this, and it's from DP, and she says, how do we change how we feel about something we want? So say if I want a couch and I post it, yet when I give my attention, energy, and focus to it, I feel bad when I look at it, yet I know I want it. How can I feel better and put positive energy into it when I observe it? No?
I have no idea. I mean, you want a couch. That's fun. Couches are fun. I mean, here's the thing. The one reason I like vision boards is that they're delightfully entertaining, and they're really fun. It's fun to open up to possibilities and to options. So yeah, couches are fun. I don't get so heavy about it. It's a couch. I mean, it's like that. Like, go for it. And maybe you don't want it. I don't know. It should be right. Shouldn't couches be fun? Couches are great.
It depends on what the underlying vibration is to that, because maybe it's a $4,000 couch.
Oh.
Like maybe there's like, what's the price to the couch? Or is it going to fit in my home? Or what's all the underlying things that's to that couch? So yeah, there's many different reasons, but why? But I like how you say delightful, because that's from delightful living. That's that's D, so that should be good.
Yeah, well, couch, I mean, again, a couch is like, I think, if I were to do a vision board with a couch, I actually have a vision, I should say, a multimedia vision board, but with a day bed in it. I'm a huge fan of a day bed chaise lounge. So every time I look at that thing, I'm just like, oh, it's fabulous. So I don't know. I can't imagine looking at a couch and just not feeling good about it. So I wish I could help. Penny, you got to take this one. I can't do it.
Well, there's this sometimes. Here's another thing that I have learned over the years, that there's many things in my life that I have manifested, that I put on a vision board, or I have different things that I use. And I've not given them any more attention from the time I put it down there. For an example was, I wanted to swim with the dolphins. And I put it on there, but I didn't give my attention, energy, and focus to that every single day. Maybe when I picked it up, I would see it, but I never like, that's what I want to do. It just wasn't a complete focus of mine. And yet I did it. I did it twice. I did it in Jamaica.
Wow.
And when I did it in Jamaica, it was like, this isn't what I wanted. I had to get clear, right? I wanted to swim with the dolphins in the wild, and yet I was in captivity and I'm like, this isn't what I wanted. So I had to get clear of what I did want. And then you know what? I got a second chance, and the universe provided me to swim with the dolphins in their natural habitat in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I couldn't have imagined that.
Way better. So maybe it's the couch. Maybe it's just not a good couch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let go of the outcome.
I wish, the one thing that I can offer people, and this is kind of the bottom line, is to, am I still on air? Uh-oh.
You are.
Oh. Like, where's Peddie? So the one thing I can offer is that I love vision boards because I like the experience of doing them. And I think they're really good for a person's well-being and their heart. And I think it creates goals and a direction to say yay or nay. Yes, I do want that. No, I don't want. Oh God, I put that in my vision board 2 months ago, and that is like not what I want. So I think it's great to keep your boat moving to the true north, right? So vision boards to me are a way of like guiding things. And so what I have come, because I'm a multimedia artist and a web designer, is I've been making vision boards that are much more adaptive, that are quick to my changes, because I'm a bit mercurial, and so I tend to change my idea about what I want often. And there are things about like what you want that are concrete, like a couch or a particular house, and then there are these sort of abstract ideas, and vision boards can encompass both. For me, the abstract ideas and the values always sort of stay the same. All the stuff around it shifts, the symbols of them. But remember that oftentimes the things that you're putting into your vision board are really symbols, really powerful symbols of what you want and what you desire. And so the couch may represent a symbol. I have no idea. It's not my symbol. It's her symbol. But it may have something inherent in there that is uncomfortable and that she may not be ready for. Or, maybe, here's the thing. I really want an RV. I want to live in a mobile home. I really do. So for me, a couch would be like a drag. Be like, oh, so, maybe she wants to live in an RV. I mean, who knows? But what I love about what I do is that I teach people how to make vision boards using multimedia so that they can shift things around and really get clear on what they want and have fun with it and have it resonate and have it be a rich experience. Because the feedback that you get from the vision board that's more movable, as opposed to the one that you cut and paste and have glued to your wall forever, is that you can really start to shape your life and your vision based on this exercise of making vision boards. I think it's a bigger idea than just cutting out pictures in a magazine and gluing them on something. I think there's something going on there that's very, very powerful and very cool.
Oh, there absolutely is. And Dee, she's laughing. She's like, the couch was just an example. We went
with it. It was a good example, Dee.
It was a perfect example because of the answer. And she said, thanks for the answer. Because the answer is the same, whether it's the couch, whether it's the guy, whether it's the money, whether it's the house, right? There's far more. So let's talk a little bit more about, because I never heard of doing this type of vision boarding until you mentioned it. And I thought, I'm going to do that because I do different things, but I love what you said. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
I would love to, because I am like a huge advocate of this. I think this is a simple idea and it's very powerful. So I'm just going to give you a little background story. Again, I'm a web developer and a graphic designer and an artist. So I have always had vision boards that were like they were almost like long Japanese scrolls. I would do them this, I had panoramic stuff. And then once I got into PowerPoint, so this is in the 80s and the 90s, right? So now I'm into PowerPoint and I'm starting to make my vision board on slides. And then I'm making movies. I'm exporting it as a movie. So now there's some animation. So the couches are coming in and out. So I'm really having a great time, making PowerPoints of my vision. But what happened when I started to move into the internet, so I was designing websites early 2000s. And it was HTML, so it was very static, yet I could still shift images in and out. So I started to make websites that were vision boards. I mean, they were offline, so they're just running on my desktop. And I started to add articles, quotes that people I loved, like I would cut and paste stuff. And it started to turn into this really powerfully motivating place for me to go to refresh myself. It was almost like, some people like to take hot tubs. Well, I just loved to immerse myself in my vision board because it became more about people, like ideas that I thought were relevant and I wanted to hear because I didn't hear them all day. Um, Images that I thought were really much more powerful than perhaps what I saw that day. So it was a way for me to kind of refresh myself too, as well as keeping my vision on what I wanted. Then WordPress came around, and so I became a WordPress developer, and that really opened up a whole other thing because now with blog post content management systems, you could really pack a vision board with all kinds of articles and videos, and you could make the thing come alive. So I had these vision boards, and I'm like, okay, people, we can make vision board websites. And they're like, we don't want to do that. Like, that's too much work. Only someone like me would want to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, no one wants a vision board website. I got that. So then I thought, okay, how can we do on stuff that people already know? So I looked at Facebook, right? Facebook, I'm like, okay, here you go. You can make a Facebook page, right, which is like what businesses use in celebrities. So it's not your profile. You make a Facebook page. It's very easy. The upper right-hand corner, you go create a page, and you create a page, and you can call it My Vision Board, and you can leave it unpublished. So there's settings to keep it unpublished. If you don't want the world to know your vision, you can. I mean, really, the more power to you if you want that. And then you can add all kinds of media. You can share from your vision board, from other stuff, from your Facebook profile. You can add things, you could type in things, you could journal. So what happens is you get this very long stream of vision board consciousness that is constantly updated. So you can move your stuff forward with the vision board. And you can also have an infinite amount of Facebook pages. It doesn't cost a thing. So you can have multiple vision boards on Facebook. So when you're in your Facebook application saying hello to your aunts or whatever, then when you're done with that, you can immediately go into your vision board. It's like this seamless sort of movement into keeping you alive and refreshed with what you want or with other people's ideas that really inspire you. So I figured it out with Facebook, and then I also, Google Plus community pages is a great way to also make these things. I have an ebook that you can go on my website, melwells.net, and download it for free. And
it really again, melwells.net.
Okay, hold it. Plug Mel, M-E-L, Wells, W-E-L-L-S.net, melwells.net, and just subscribe so I have your email address.
I got mine last night.
I know. So, and then I'll, it shoots out this ebook, which is, beautifully done because I'm a graphic designer, and but it does explain how to do this in both, in Facebook, Google Plus, and Pinterest. So, and it shows you 5 different kinds of vision boards you can make. I'm sort of giving you ideas on how to do it. But this whole, I think technology in vision boards and having access to a vision board like on your mobile phone 24/7. So if you start having, if you're feeling in despair about what you want, or if someone has said something that has really hurt your dream and has really, pushed a button that's like, oh my God, just go to your phone and get the feedback you need to stay on it. Because I know really, because I'm an artist, and I grew up with the idea that people tell me, oh, that's great that you can draw, what about getting a real job? So I kind of grew up thinking like, oh, the stuff that I love to do is just going to be, and if I had a mobile phone back then, I would have been on this like, no, you can do it, you can be an artist, you can have what you want. But I didn't have it then. All I had was like kind of a vague idea back here, yeah, you can do this. So I think now, like, people have this huge opportunity to use this like smartphone technology to really make their own vision and reminders and blips and bleeps and stuff that makes you kind of wake up and go, no, this is the path I'm on and I want to stay on it. Yeah.
I love that idea of doing a vision board on the Facebook, because how many of us go on Facebook and our time is scrolling and doing this and doing that when we're in there anyway? Go to our page.
Right.
Spend that extra time, because we're in Facebook anyway. Spend that time and start going through your desires, going through what it is we want. And, you know, maybe that's the coach you want today, and then you might see a different one. Change it up, switch it up.
Exactly.
So, I just love it. I love it. And then you're not like, you know, if you have something pasted on a vision board, like, then you gotta rip it off and replace it. But this way it's like click, click. And the Google community, I love that, because I have a Google community. I run my programs through Google communities, and so you can make them private. And so that's a great way, because an example, suppose you want, I just thought of this, suppose you have your dream home. You can go in there, create a community called My Dream Home, and you can make different tabs for different, so this is what I want in my kitchen. You can get all your pictures for your kitchen, different ideas, stick them in there.
Right.
You know, and suppose like it's vacations, like this is what I want to do. Go get one, put in vacations. Where do you want to go? So say you want to go to Hawaii, say you want to go to Jamaica, say you want to go to Canada, say you can have all these different places and start putting things in there.
Right.
Oh, I just love that idea.
Yeah, and I also want to add, you know, I know that we're not supposed to talk about the dreaded hows, like how do we manifest the dream? We're supposed to just kind of focus on the dream itself. And I really like hows in a way, to include a how on these multimedia vision boards. So for instance, with this dream house, if you happen to see like online a good mortgage broker that you think is great, you share it on there. Or if you find an article about getting first home loans, put it on there. So it's not just like all this like great stuff, but it could also be like techniques and how-tos, so that you can really start to see, this is how I would call this company to get the loan, and I would call this thing to get that, or even a construction worker to make the home better. You know, I think it's a great information. It's not just inspiration, but can be information, so that it grounds you in it, and it also, you have it then and actually get.
Oh, I love that. I love that, because as a trainer, that's what we call finding evidence. And this is proof showing up. It's like, hey, I was just thinking about that, and this showed up in my feed. And so you put that in there, because many times we'll see it and we'll let it go. It's like, oh, what was that again? So this way you already know you have your vision community that's for you, and this thing pops up. Right. Like, this could be how. Right, so you take that and you can put it in there, and yeah, so it's all, this is all evidence and matches to, and that's one of the ways that the vision boards will manifest for you, is being open to the evidence and proof that things are coming to you, right? Because you may want a couch and turn on your Facebook, and all of a sudden someone's got a couch that's for sale. Now, it might not be identical to you, but that is still proof that's like, oh, okay, we heard you. Right.
Well, you know, because I do, I mean, one of the things that I love is that I may not, the universe may not always provide me with the proverbial couch at this point, right? So I may not get that couch that I want. But I'm going to tell you, the universe quickly starts to send you messages about it. I mean, it's like, I'm always amazed that whenever I shift my attention to something new, I'm immediately brought into this world of all these, you know, synchronistic messages and coincidences. I'm like, are you kidding me? Really? It happens so fast. So I love this idea of evidence. I never really had thought about that, but like putting that inside the board too, so it really creates a little more concreteness to it. Like, wow, see, I'm really getting some feedback. This is really, you know, the information is coming to me, and it's probably in line with my, you know, with who I am or my purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dee, she just said she's off to, when she's done the show, she's off to making a Facebook page and a Google+. Dee, go get her book. Go get melwells.net.
Yeah, because I don't know if you can do it without my ebook.
Hey?
You can, actually. Yeah, you can. And please, you can do it without my ebook, but you can subscribe anyhow and enjoy my what I offer, because it's again, I'm a multimedia artist, so I tend to do a lot of different videos and guided meditations and just an assortment of stuff. And comedy is something that I really love. I think, let me just say this, Penny, I've had a glass of wine now and I can be open. One of my problems with the New Age movement is there's not a lot of comedians doing New Age stuff. It's just people take it very seriously sometimes, and it gives it a bad name, like the New Age. Like you can't really make fun of New Age stuff unless, I mean, if you're in it, there's like, okay, skeptics are everywhere, right? And we are so easy to pick on because, we actually believe in unicorns in a way. I mean, I kind of do. I mean, I'm not going to argue that they didn't exist, but it's easy to pick on me because I actually can say that. They're like, oh, God, here she goes, Miss Moon Goddess. Like, the moon stuff. And so, I've been made fun of for many years for like believing in this stuff and for, having the capacity to believe in something that's invisible and it's not ordained by a church or an organized religion. I mean, this is a rough path being a New Age person. And, I just want to say, shout out to everyone who is a New Ager. Good for you, because I find it, and I have found it very challenging to stand up to a lot of the skepticism and cynicism that runs through our society. And it's very powerful. And to stay, in touch with our inner fairy dust, I think is great. But I, for one, would like to make some more humor about it so that maybe mainstream could embrace us more. So that's one of my goals, is to become sort of a New Age entertainer and bring it in a language that mainstream understands, which is kind of comedy. So
I love that. Dee, she just said, I'll trade you my email for a couch. She's hilarious.
He's on that couch. He's going to get that couch. See, I can tell you.
If somebody's going to get a couch with all this attention to a couch. Let's talk about a new light. That's what I need. Mine broke this morning. I got duct tape, and so that's what I was doing when you thought you were on.
Where's Penny?
I'm trying to duct tape my lights.
Well, that's a sign too. You need new light.
I know.
Everything's a symbol.
Everything's a symbol. Everything's a symbol.
Yeah.
So, what was I just going to ask you? Oh, yes. So you call yourself the New Age diva,
right?
And when we were speaking yesterday, you told me the definition of diva. Can you share that with me again? I loved it.
So diva, and if you look it up in the real word diva, only recently has been used for, sort of misbehaved opera singers and pop singers. So diva actually comes from the word divi, D-I-V-I, which is a divine being or someone who has characteristics of being divine. And so diva is actually like a female embodiment of divinity, and divi is the male version of it. And I absolutely love the word diva. I always have, and once I realized what the word meant, I decided to co-opt it and maybe try to change its meaning, because I am not bratty at all. I'm like super easygoing, yes. And I sing not great, so there's not so really the new definition of diva does not fit me at all, but the old version does, because I am identified as a divine person. I mean, we all are, and everybody can be a New Age diva. I mean, I'm not the New Age diva. I am a New Age diva. So if anybody wants to step up and say they're a New Age diva, please, there's more room here for this. And if we were talking about Penny, that maybe she should be a law of attraction diva, or even more. What other kind of diva were we talking about for you?
That was a sexy one. No.
Absolutely. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. One other thing I want to add about doing these vision boards on Facebook or G plus communities is one thing I never thought of before, and that is you can get your favorite music or a favorite song or inspirational, and you can play them. So you're appeasing for the auditory people. It's like, you know what, this will resonate with me, because you can still go through your thing and you can hear
Right.
the songs that really inspire you, or the motivational tapes, or whatever it is that you love. You can embed them in there and hear them.
Right. Thanks for reminding me, because I like, this is huge for me. So I've been using music for creative visualization for a long time, and so I will play like a favorite song. And so my favorite song for creative visualization is U2's "Beautiful Day."
Mm.
It's just like a very uplifting song, and it has a very distinctive verse, chorus, and bridge. And so I'm just going to kind of go into this. So what I tend to do is I use songs to guide my creative visualization sessions, so that I stay upbeat, and the music kind of takes me, because we're all, music is just gets right into your core.
Oh yes.
So when you play music that you really love, it's hard to feel like, oh, I'm really not going to get this. You feel like, oh yeah, I got a chance. This is wonderful. So I kind of predetermine. So let's say with that YouTube Beautiful Day, I would say, if we're going to use, say, I want to run a marathon. I've decided that I want to run a marathon. I never do that, but let's do that because it's an easy one. So I would use the verse to kind of think about training for the marathon and what it would feel like, overcoming the obstacles of, it's bad weather. Well, I'm going to go out there and run, so you kind of see yourself going through a series of actions that get you to actually run a marathon, but enjoying the process of doing it, because action is key, right? Because we are physical beings.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to do stuff. So I use a verse for that, and then the chorus I use to the moment of victory, busting through the finish line, yay, whatever. So
Like the Rocky tune.
like right. So like I'm soaring with the end result. So I kind of use the verse as the series of actions, and the chorus as the you, and then the bridge as sort of who would I call, who would I talk to, what would the sort of the interstitial stuff that makes you excited. And so I use like one song per idea. And I embed those right into those vision boards. So you can take a YouTube, video of it and put it right into your vision board, just like share it. And that way you can play it while you're looking at your vision board. It's a no-brainer. This is great stuff.
It is great stuff. And oh my gosh, I could talk much longer about it, but we need to wrap up.
Yep.
So everybody, you've been watching episode 68 of the Hangout with Penny show. For those of you that were wondering, my Rewrite Your Script program, enrollment has been closed and it's already started, but there will be recordings of it, so that I'll let you know when they're ready. And a special announcement that for those of you that may know, that I am a regular on the Hangout with Michael show. And I've been on his show, I don't know, 110 episodes maybe out of the 128 that he has, 127 that he's aired. So on episode 129, so that's February 26th, Michael's going to be in Peru. So I will be the guest host of the Hangout with Michael show. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a full panel. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And so let's go here. Using music with the vision board, great idea. Going to give that a go too. Thanks, ladies. Great show. There we go. That's wonderful. Good, Dee. So, yeah, I love that. I love the idea. I thought it was brilliant too when you said it to me yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, what a great idea. So, Dee, do you have any last minute or final words for our viewers on vision boards and or anything for that matter?
I do. I completely forgot to plug my product. I have to plug my product. Can I do that?
Absolutely. Okay. I'm all about yes.
I wrote a book. It's called The Primary Method for Creative Visualization. You can get it on my website. So it's a book that I wrote, but I also made a video for people who don't like to read or who don't, I'm sensitive to learning style. So you can just watch a video that I made and it really tells you how to do it. But it's a really simple way of doing creative visualization where I break down law of attraction versus action. And it's a great tool. I have journaling templates and you can read the book or watch the video and get going in it in a matter of an hour. So it's a quick way of getting this method that I invented called the primary method, creative visualization. Get it on my website. It's great. Thank you, Penny.
Free. You say it's free. Oh, Mel, thank you so much. I've been following you for a while, and I watch your videos, and you're just funny. You're real, and you're funny, and you say it like it is, and you're just a pleasure to be in the energy of. So thank you for that. Thank you so much.
You, and I'm also a fan of yours. So I've been watching you for a long time. So I totally appreciate being here. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what? I'm going to laugh because when you said, yes, I'm totally a fan of yours, I'm like, I have fans?
Oh, you do? Of course you do.
So I thought it was funny. I'm like, I have fans?
Yeah, you do. You do. It's like, I think for every one person that comments or that kind of shows up, there's a, like, they represent more people. Really. I think
I really appreciate that. So, everybody, thank you very much. You've been watching the Hangout with Penny Show, episode 68. Next week, I've left that open. So, you know, if someone's been wanting to come on the show and you think it's your time, email me and we'll set something up. So, that's it. Hangout with Penny Show every Friday night. We're here to inspire, uplift, and just educate you a little bit and just have some fun and introduce you to some beautiful people that I know in my life. And so thank you very much. Mel, thank you very much again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I look forward to everybody telling me that you have tried the new way of doing a vision board, whether you do a Google+, Instagram, or Facebook. I really look forward to hearing you've tried something new. So it's all about raising the vibration, and whatever we can do to help us, that's what we're here for.
Amen.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you for everybody who's watching, and thank you for the ones that are watching the recording. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's it for now. Bye, everybody.